so you can't waste my time, oh. Cause I've been on your case, so you can't shut my eyes, so baby show me mercy. I'm the one you're searching. I'm not gonna be me daily. I'm not gonna buy me lonely. Oh, baby show me mercy. I'm the one you're searching. I'm not gonna be me daily. I'm not gonna buy me lonely. Yeah, what is up to something? You bring me overload.
Hey honeys, welcome to another video. I go by the name of Snaz. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. And if you are a returning savvy, what do you do, my love? What do you do? And it is that time of the week. Wow. It's that time again, because this is not weekly, but it's that time where we're doing a story time. And this one is not cute because they rocked the fuck out of me, hey? They rocked the fuck out of me, I'm not gonna lie, hey? I am not gonna lie. So basically, this is me taking my L, and yeah. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video because child, hey. So this all started on Instagram, right? So quick one, I'm gonna give this guy a name. I'm gonna call him Dribbler because he dribbled me. Hey, he dribbled me. So fine, I met Dribbler on Instagram. This was last year July, when I had just gotten back to Joburg. Fine. Okay, we talk, and oh, this is how we met. I shared a video on my story, on my Instagram stories, and then he responds. He's like, "Let's recreate this." And I'm like, oh, really? Why not? Because I was just playing along. Baby boy's like, no, Snesebo, I'm serious. I'm like, oh, okay. No one has ever called me by my government name, but it's cool. So after that, we started talking. We talked for quite some time. A month went by, and he was very consistent. I don't know. I'm always lucky with meeting guys that are consistent. Consistency comes easy. Great. So during this month, he hasn't asked to meet me or anything, but he is hinting that he wants to get to know me better, and we were getting to know each other online. No problem. He's not on WhatsApp. He was on Instagram because, why was he on Instagram? He had told me why he was on Instagram, but yeah, he's not on WhatsApp. He's on Instagram and Twitter. Fine. And he does iMessage. Great stuff. Second month, he's like, no, man, I really want to meet you and I want to date you. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. And at the time was like, nah, tell you what, give me some time so that I can get rid of whoever I was talking to and finish off whatever business I had unfinished. So he was like, no problem. I'm also dealing with things, and I just edit things with other people. So I just want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything hanging. So I was like, okay, cool stuff. So we continue talking until I move. I think I moved in October because I was staying in Alberton at the time. So October I moved to Maboneng. When I moved, it was beginning of October. I remember very well. So I tell him, and I was bored that day. I wasn't doing anything. It was a weekend, I think. So I was like, hi, are you still up for that date? He's like, yeah, sure. What are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything. So fine, we get ready, we go out. Okay, it was cute. We talk. We kept dating each other. We took going out, and we haven't done anything at this time, mind you. I think it was fourth time we were meeting, if it wasn't a month after, when he started coming to my place. Came to my place, and the first time we didn't do anything, and he was like, I'm so sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. He says this later. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because we were kissing and cuddling and doing whatever. I'm like, no, you didn't. I mean, it was just a kiss. I mean, who doesn't kiss? So I was like, oh, this guy might be the one. Hey, mind you, Udrip like is not my usual type, or is unlike my exes, not someone I would go for. But I loved him. He was clean. He was a clean man. Still is a clean man. I liked him because he was a clean man, and with all the things that he was doing, how he was treating me, and how he was towards me, I fell in love with him, Sherman, like the third month. Even though the first month when we started seeing each other in person, I was like, this guy is the one. Great. Now the problem starts. Oh yeah, we kept seeing each other. Problem starts when we're approaching December. His birthday was around the 19th, if not 20 something of December, and he's like, he's going home. He's not gonna stay behind because he doesn't do anything for his birthday. Because I kept asking, what are you gonna do for your birthday? He's like, nah, nothing. So I was like, no problem. So he goes home. While he goes home, I decided, you know what, let me get him something. He does things for me anyway, so why not? I get Dribla a present. So I ask him, do you want me to ship it, or you're gonna get it when you come back? He's like, no, I'll get it when I come back, no problem. So when he's home, things start going south. Udribla son. Udribla doesn't want me to call him. He doesn't want us to FaceTime. Mind you, he's gonna be home for like 2 months. I don't understand why Umdu is gonna leave December and come back Feb, because you're leaving work behind. I don't understand. Dribla sana. It's like he's not comfortable with FaceTime. Like, it's not like we're doing a YouTube video. We're just FaceTiming each other. You're talking to me. It's not like I'm showing you to the world or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to respect it and respect his boundaries and. But at the end of the day, because I think we had made things official already, because it was like, yeah, you're my girl now. And I was like, so okay, Udribla my man. He's not comfortable with a video call. So I was like, no problem. If you're not comfortable, I'm not going to force you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. Great. Now, towards the end of December, if not the second week while he's home, things are boring now. The chats are not the same anymore. And then I'm also starting to wonder and question Banabu what's happening. He doesn't want me to call him. He doesn't send pictures at all. He's not someone who takes pictures. I understood that part. But FaceTime, even if it's not FaceTime, call. I wanna hear your voice, you get me? Because when I'm gone, I'm gone. Even if you're not gone, guys, if you're joling or you say you're joling with someone, even if I'm jolly but you're part of each other's lives, just do the things that need to be done. You get me? Great. So this time, I remember clearly because Andile had just proposed to Tamia, this other girl, and and he did Stelo Daddy. So we're talking about that because he's a Twitter person. He would send me stuff, send me memes, whatever is trending. So I'm like, we talk about that, and I'm like, yo, Aishem, I would die if I was Ula and Ustel. And then I don't know how it got to a point where I was saying was like, so now she's gonna be a single parent. Now, jokingly, I was like, so say we were in the same situation, what would you do? Would you take your child? What would happen? So Mona, basically, I treat her as a child. So it's like, would you take Mona and then his first response was, Andre doesn't owe anyone anything. He can marry whoever he wants. I was so concerned, you guys. I was like, why is this man thinking like this? If he can say that, then it's very possible that he can literally leave me and be with someone. And not that he must not leave me, but if you're thinking that way, then it means you can marry someone while you're in a relationship with me, and it's very concerning. And you can't say that to your person or someone who, I can't Dribla. Dribla was like, so that's all you're thinking about? Like, what do you mean? Because I brought up the baby thingy. It's like, that's all you're thinking about? No, we're just conversing, so we're just making conversation. Dribla is like, you know what? I've decided. I don't Dribla, he's decided. Like, what are you talking about? So I don't know what he's decided, because there wasn't anything that needed him to think or him to decide on. Dribla is like, I've decided this is not gonna work. Like, what's not gonna work? At us and I, we're not gonna work. We're a mismatch. His words, we're a mismatch. We're not gonna work out. Mismatch. This guy dated me for 2 months without seeing each other, and the other months, wasn't mismatch. Yo, even at that point, my vision, I lost my vision, Shem. I lost sight. I'm not gonna lie. Everything just got blurry. I couldn't see. I couldn't think for a minute. I don't know what was happening. It was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I thought he was joking. I was like, nah, I'm serious. Remember when we met and then I told you that I'm a busy person? I'm also a busy person. Yo, my working schedule is very crazy. I was like, yeah, I remember. I told you that I'm not always available, and you said no, it's not a problem, we'll make it work. Titi, yeah, what's wrong with that? Actually, you're not supposed to say that. Like, this guy is twisted. He's not okay. I mean, I could have, if I had complained about the schedule and then, or said I was okay with the schedule and then date him and then complain about it, it would be two different things. Because I mean, you said you're okay with it, but now why are you having a problem? I never had a problem. I never fought with that guy. He was very peaceful. Nashem, I also don't like drama. I'm very peaceful. So he goes on to say that I'm very demanding. Like, what do you mean I'm demanding? So he says, whenever I'm off, I tell him that I'm gonna be off. And I'm like, but what am I supposed to do? You my person. I think it's only fair that I tell you about my availability so that should you want to see me or should you want to make plans or should you get, okay, it was a problem to him. Apparently I'm demanding. And I was like, the fuck? No problem. So okay, he's home. He decides but he's done with me. And then that day when he dumped me, I remember I was working because I work night shifts. Transport calls because we have staff transport. Transport calls because I was working 8 that time. Transport calls around 6. They're like, we'll be there at so and so at such and such time. I'm like, okay, no problem. Just give me 10 minutes. I need to go to the store. The driver's like, no problem. We'll get there after you've done with whatever you're doing. I rushed downstairs. I go to the store. One thing that was in my mind was, can I not be pregnant? Because at the time I've had like countless pregnancy scares. Where do you get? But then, so I go to my friend. I get a pregnancy test, and I'm like, you know what? I got 2 at the time because it was like, my friend, they're very cheap. Get 2 pregnancy tests. I test. I feel like, okay, they're negative, but I was still stressing. I was thinking clicks. Hi man, after I take these pregnancy tests, it registers, but I'm single. This guy just dumped me because we're a mismatch. He just decided that he's done. And there was nothing that I can say, but now we're gonna fix because we never fought about anything or we never had a disagreement that led to the breakup. Fine. Now, transport calls, they're outside. I go downstairs. I get in the car. The minute I get in the car, my friend recognizes that I'm not okay. And she's like, Snez, are you okay? Yo. I cry. I cry. I crowed for like a good, I don't know how many minutes. Fine. We drive, we go pick up other people. On the way, I'm busy shouting, hey, how bad he is. But at the end of the day, he's not bad. Like, I can't badmouth him because there's nothing wrong that he's ever done. Or there isn't anything that I hated about him. I'm not gonna badmouth him just because we're over. So on the way, I'm going on about how strong I am. He's gonna miss me. I'm not the first one to be dumped. I'll be okay. Okay, wait. Great. Now we get to work. When we get to work, get in the elevator. My friend has me in her arms the whole time. The minute we step out of the car, we get in the elevator. One of our colleagues sees me. They're like, Sneh, what's wrong? Yo, did I not break down? I break down. I cry. I ran to the bathroom. I stayed for a good 5 minutes. After that, I go upstairs, go to my workstation. When I get there, my manager says that I'm not okay. Guys, ndakhala. I cried and I crowed. I'm not gonna lie. That guy showed me my mother. Fine. My manager asks, Sneh, are you okay, Ndwana? Because my manager was cool at the time. Ndwana, are you okay? Did I not cry? Yo, guys, never in my life have I cried that much. Never. Great. Now he's like, do you need some time off? Great. He gives me some time off. I go back home. On my way back, I'm thinking, shit, I'm gonna be miserable because everything in that house reminds me of him. He has left his belongings there. No problem. Fast forward to Jan, he sends me a text. I don't know why he's texting me. Before I text, there was a time I sent him a very long text because I needed to understand and to know why. I ask, are you married? Do you have a child? Why is it? So he tells me that he's not coming back. Like, is that why you decided to end things, because you're not coming back? He doesn't respond. He's like, not now. That yeah, yabona ngowakho lo mjolo. In fact, this relationship is yours, and I'm accompanying you. The passenger basically. Great stuff. We fast forward to, is it beginning of Feb? Beginning of Feb, yeah. Beginning of Feb, we text and I ask, your things, when are you coming to get your things? Tell me when you're in Joburg, because he still had his stuff back home. I've never been to his place, he's always been to my place, and I never asked. That's when I was so convinced that Alo, he has a family, because he's from Limpopo and he's Betty. And this was December. You know how petty men are. Well, stereotypes, but umfana ati did oh, tell me when you're back, I'm gonna leave your things by security and then you can get them there. Umfana was like, no, it's okay, you can give them away, and the present you can give it to someone else. And I was like, I bought it for you, therefore it's yours. Boy, if you need, just let me know if you don't want it. And I was thinking, shit, what am I gonna do with it? Now he comes back to Joburg, he sends me a text. He's like, hi, where are you? Like, I'm at home. And then he's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Was I not dancing inside? I wasn't mad at him, but I think I was confused. I needed clarity, and I was still in denial. Because I was in denial for quite some time, but it took me some time to get over that guy, I'm not gonna lie, because he also made it hard for me to get over him. Great. He comes like, do you want me to just drop your things downstairs, or do you want me to come get you and then you're gonna come inside? He's like, no, I'm gonna come inside. He comes in, he takes his things, I give him the gift, and he doesn't wanna take it home with him. I'm like, what's the deal with you, dude? And then he opens it in front of him. He's like, he wants to open it because he doesn't trust what's in there. What if I want to kill him? And I was like, come on, really? And it wasn't a joke. I was like, this guy, he really thinks he's the prize. He really thinks he's the prize. He thinks he's the Beyonce, basically, as much as I loved him. And that was the mistake. He knew how much I loved him. It was like, yeah, great. Gets his gift, he stays over, because guys, as much as I was dating him, he wasn't dating me. But fine, he stays over because I wasn't working. Baby boy stays over. I clearly over, okay? Obviously, we do adult things at night and he goes to work. When he went to work, I would iron his clothes like usual, as if nothing happened. No one brought up the breakup, nothing. What's this? I make him breakfast, iron his things, make sure that he's good. I run him a shower. And I was girlfriending, like nothing had happened. And it was cute. He'd kiss me goodbye. You get me? I'm in a relationship with him. I'm dating him. He's not part of it. Hey, great. Now he goes, or he doesn't go home. My friend comes to Joburg because my friend was home. My other friend comes to Joburg, friend from school, and I'm like, she was like, do you want to go out, have some drinks? So we went out. I ended up sleeping at her place. When I come back in the morning, he was there, baby boy, because dribbler was there because he wasn't working the weekend. And he was working from home. Even when he worked from home, guys, he would work from my place. That's how serious things were. Guys, like, why doesn't he realize that I'm the one for him? Like, honestly, I get great. So I come back, and then what happens? I come back, he asks where I was, then I tell him, it's like, oh, did you have fun? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. And then I show him clips, because one thing about me, I'll record great stuff. Now it's night. At night, we're watching Netflix. We'd use his laptop or iPad, because I don't have a TV. I never bought a TV. I'm not gonna buy one. Great. Now he sleeps. Something in me was like, babes, vulala iMessage, and you'll get the answers that you want. And then part of me was like, nah, don't do it. The voice got louder. The devil was like, vulalo phone, vulalo iPad. I knew his pin. He gave me his pin. It is vulalo iPad, and with iPad, all your whatever is on your iPhone is synced. Yeah, it's synced to your iPad. I go to iMessage. I start in December, because that's when he started being shady. I start in December. See, there's another girl. There's another girl in the picture. Well, I was the other girl in the picture, but there's a main. They're talking, they're sending each other pictures, they video call, they're talking about how nice church was. This girl's from Limpopo as well. How nice church was, yeah. They're exchanging baby pictures. I'm like, whose baby is this? I read through. I said, oh, okay, at least the baby was not his, but the girlfriend was his. I decide to wake him up. This is midnight, past midnight. It was around 2. I wake him up. I'm like, yo, ndota vuka. He's like, yo, what's up? He doesn't wake up because he's a heavy sleeper. I wake him up. He doesn't wake up. Pull the blankets. He gets up. He's like, what's the problem? I'm like, I can't sleep. He's like, what's up? Do you want me to spoon you? Because, guys, Lomfana, do you want me to spoon you? I'm like, no, I don't want you to spoon me. We need to talk. He's like, what do you want to talk about? I ask, who's Ban? Oh no, I ask, who's Ban? And then he's like, why are you asking me that? Didn't you see the text? And then I'm like, the nerve. He had an attitude, Uputi. Yo, he had an attitude when he wanted to. Ati, didn't you read the text? I'm like, yeah, I read the text, but why did you lie to me? He's like, yo, I don't have time for this. Like, so what must happen? Hey, back and forth. I was like, you need to leave. He's like, no, you are not that person. You are better than this. You're not going to chase me out at night. He does all the manipulation. And I'm like, it's not going to work. So you really have to leave. I said, no, I'm going to sleep. It's fine. I'll sleep on the floor. I don't want you in my space. I just want you to leave. Okay, fine. He talks me out of it. We end up having a makeout session. Great stuff. In the morning, I'm expecting that he's going to leave. Okay, he packs his things. He's like, can I tell you something? Like, yeah. Actually, when you were up last night, I thought maybe you went to see your boyfriend. Like, what are you talking about? Like, honestly, stop clowning. Because, I mean, you left me behind and I felt some type of way. You know how I feel about you. Like, no, I don't know how you feel about me. And great, that passes. Now the problem is letting go. No one wanted, I don't know, that guy wanted me in a different way, or he liked the idea of being with me, but not me fully. So, Mnake, I was gone. No questions asked. I was gone. So he would come back and I would allow him to come back. It was a back and forth for quite some time, for months, I'm not gonna lie. Even my friend thought I had forgiven him. Like, in my mind, I was like, no, friend, it's fine. He's gonna be okay. We're gonna sort things out. Not like when I tell you I gave that guy 7 second chances. No. Actually, I didn't give him any chance because he never asked for one. But one thing that I appreciate was that he apologized for whatever it was that he put me through and. But I'm asking to him, why did you lie? You could have told me from the get-go, but yo, I'm not single. I'm single, mad and my girlfriend's single. Or you just want a side chick. And then I would decide if I want to walk in willingly. You don't have to blindside me because now I caught feelings and it's sad. And then he was like, no, that was not his intentions, and he's also just been going through some stuff. He's been talking to his exes. Like, so what's that supposed to do? I'm fine, Azana. He kept coming, and I was allowing him to come back. I think it's because he knew how much I loved him, because I loved that guy for a good 3 months after we broke up. For a good 3 months after we broke up, in my mind, I'm like, Gumdu guy is gonna come to his senses. What senses? Lamfana was saying he was very, very much sane. He was very aware of what he was doing and who he wanted to be with, and it was not me. And you can't make someone want you when they don't want you. So it's just like, man. And then we finally had a conversation. It was like, you know what, this needs to end. I was like, we need to stop doing this to each other. He was like, what are you talking about? Don't speak in riddles. Or rude game when he likes. I don't speak in riddles. Did you know you need to stop seeing me? I can't see you anymore because this is hurting me. So therefore, we need to cut ties. It was hard after that. It was like, oh yeah, when I said we need to cut ties, Fana was like, oh, okay, no problem. I think 4 hours after that, he was like, hi, I'm outside. Me being a clown, did I not go outside? Damba. I left. I was in PJs. He was like, I'm outside. I was like, I haven't bathed. I was like, no problem. You'll clean up at my place. I went out, guys, because he's my man. Like, we did that continuously. When I tell you, it was exhausting. And I hated myself for it. And finally, when I had the guts to tell him, you know what? Then, yeah. That's when I finally, and then Kimhoguna, how long has it been? It hasn't been long actually, but we finally cut ties, and I feel good about it. I think part of me wanted to be sure that it's over, or I wanted to heal while seeing him. I don't know if I'm making sense, but some people heal within. It's like when someone cheats on you and then you forgive them, but while you are back with them, you are healing, and then when you're over them, you're finally over. Am I making sense? But yeah, but we finally ended things, guys, and I was like, never again am I gonna give people chances. Never again am I gonna give people that are not what I would go for a chance. That guy was very beautiful black man, but I'd rather go for someone who shows, or someone who's not gonna pretend or act like they're not gonna break your heart. I'm definitely going back to my kind. People who will show you about I'm here and I'm gonna dribble you at any point, so don't get comfortable. He made me feel comfortable. So nah, not again, not gonna do that again. Someone who's so intentional, that's a red flag. As green as it is, it's red, and I don't like red. So I'm just, there's a lot, man. It was a lot. At some point, I even considered giving away the plant because I love her, but I don't know. So it is what it is, and the right to go on the strong, and if anything, I am back in the game. This is Jola, because I believe in Jolo. I'm not gonna let one bad experience jeopardize or cloud my judgment on Jolo. He did what he did. I'm gonna give other guys a chance because child. But yeah man, yo, I think that was the worst, and that was my first heartbreak. Hey, that was my first heartbreak, and I've never even been dumped. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you are, thank you so much for subscribing, my love. Really appreciate the support. And dang, let me down my glass. Hey, funny enough, I drank it. Hey, when you fun. Hey, but God. Hey, I didn't tell you guys this part. Before I end this vlog, Lumfana caught COVID at some point, and he was like, I miss you. This is after he had dumped me, and I was like, I miss you too. He was like, but I'm sick. I was like, yeah, I know, but I want to see you. And I was like, also want to see you. Did he not come quarantine at my place? He had COVID. I was never vaccinated. Came to my place. We quarantined, guys. But in the strong, I'm strong. Therefore, I'm not going to collapse, or I'm not going to catch whatever he had. And second time as well, when he had flu, he called he's not okay, he misses me. That's where probably and user went. But I was like, oh guys, maybe he knows I'm gonna take good care of him. Hey, Titi, but I don't wanna catch flu. He's like, you're not gonna catch flu. You're strong. You're stronger than that. Even COVID has nothing on you. Guys, I've been through it. Hey, even my ancestors, they've turned their back. No ways, no fucking ways. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and